No man do they call me. My mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the 15th session of Growing the Tribe, where you control all of the action. All right, looks like we got a fair number of people here right at the beginning. I was actually planning on waiting for people to kind of show up, but we're starting off with 12 people. 11 people. Out. We've started and everyone's leaving. What? Don't you guys want to play? What's going on? All right, there we go. We're back up to 14. I don't know what you guys are doing. You're leaving. You're coming back. You're just confusing me. All right, who we got? We got Jack Maloon. He is here. Good old Humius is here too. Miles O'Halloran, an old favorite. Mr. Flay, back again. Eddie Cho. Pretty sure recognize that. Yeah, I've seen you around, Eddie. Marcus Eng, old favorite. Steel Legion Kane, of course. Commander Baneblade, I've seen you around. Powell Marzek, of course, here. There will be no Eric Rayner. He says he's way too cool. He's not going to hang out with us because we're dumb and smelly. And he has important things to do. So, who else we got? Timmy the Tech Priest is here. Delto Ray. Probably. I don't know. Have I seen you before? King Crafter, you look familiar. But we're going to get underway. I just wanted to give people a little bit of a chance to roll in. I posted the link to the Discord in chat earlier. Definitely go and check out our Discord. It's a fun place. We do a lot of role-playing stuff. Like if you like doing stuff like growing the tribe, we have all sorts of games going on in that Discord server. We also just chat and share memes and talk 40K stuff and talk video games and new model releases and all the different sorts of stuff. Lots of different sorts of stuff. And you can also share your wild theories about No Man series or whatever it is that you're interested in. We certainly have a lot of channels. It can get a little confusing, but people will be there to help you out. Okay, so yeah, I got 15 people. Let's go ahead and go over the rules. Most of you know how this works already, but gotta say at the beginning for any new people who might be here, you guys control Snottius the First as he attempts to build his Waaagh on this mysterious planet, conquering the Humies, who at this point kind of don't really know he exists yet, outside of the guys that you have killed or captured. Snottius started off as one of the most pathetic of snotlings, and he has grown and killed, and now he is a snot Gretchen orc, snetch orc. He's a big, beefy greenskin with big ears and a big nose. The rules are as follows. You guys get to democratically decide the actions that Snottius takes. You can make suggestions. You can try to build support amongst your fellow greenskins in chat. And what the mob says goes. You cannot control enemy actions, and you cannot guarantee that actions will go well. You can just decide that things will happen, and then I will roll. And we'll find out if they happen or not. If democracy is not your thing, you can donate in order to decide actions, name characters, or give our green heroes a bit of a boost to help them out. I will basically re-roll a failed roll by our heroes and give them a good shot. So that being said, let us get into things. Got suggestions to go to Coram Peri 5. You guys will have to figure out how to get off planet then. It's a big galaxy. I don't know if you really want to. If that's we gotta conquer everything first. Conquer this planet before you start thinking about other planets. Pay to win democracy. It's not really pay to win. Just people kind of. I prefer to think of it as you guys are paying to make decisions, feel like you're a part of the game. I prefer people don't always try to roll for boosting the champs, but I kind of saw the guys who did. I kind of fallen off of it, but oh my goodness, Warhams when the guys who did TTS did Warhams, and they're still doing it. I've just fallen completely off of following what's going on with that. But yeah, they had people donate to basically give them rerolls. So I thought that'd be fine. Anyways, let's get a little bit of a recap. In the last session, the Hume truck arrived. Stinky and DeBrain had dug a pit to catch it. It fell in the hole, and we need 7 grots at Big Cave to be called the 7 dwarves from Snow White. Miles O'Halloran? All right, let me put that in as a note, and we will continue things in a second. Hold on. I have like my list, I have like a separate list of just things that are going on, and I know I'm going to forget things. Big Cave. Name Snots after the 7 dwarves. We'll get to that. Of course, you guys captured the truck, but it was not without cost. Poor Stinky got shot in the face with a shotgun. He is not entirely dead, but he's in a coma, and DeBrain is working frantically to hold on. I'll get to the donations in a second. I want to finish up the recap. And also, the Hume that shot Snotius is also in an unconscious state after being bashed in the head many times. So DeBrain is doing something in his workshop with the still kind of alive bodies of the Hume and Stinky. So we're going to see what happens. There was a celebration, a feast, of course, in Mega Humeopolis. Apparently, there was some gambling that took place because there was a snot who yelled, "I win!" and went forward to grab up, I assume, the food that was being bet over. And one of the other snots, just snicked him and took the winnings back. So that's kind of a scene that was going on. With that done, you guys now have 2 trucks. You have the truck that you fixed up. Here, you still have a broken tractor, and you have a completely totaled tractor. And as per usual, as Snotius wakes up after his victorious night of being able to double the number of trucks that went from 0 trucks to having 2 trucks by the end of the day, both of which are in perfect working order. He awakens and picks his nose, as per usual. Couple things before we get started. You guys ought to know I did some rolling and did some thinking about what would be reasonable for the truck to be carrying. And the truck, let me see, I actually have this. So the truck was carrying fuel and fertilizer, and it was also carrying basically a disassembled harvester, for the crops. like a harvester? Does the truck have anything to upgrade the Zappy Choppa? Not really. I mean, I guess you could rip out the motor and have that be the thing that runs the Zappy Choppa, but it's a little unwieldy and unnecessary. Um, so yeah, you can refill the flamethrowers, and you also have fuel for the trucks, so you're not going to run out. I mean, you're going to have to. You do not have infinite fuel, but you will have some fuel for your trucks. Now, here's the thing. What you can do, now that you have 2 trucks, if you guys were to build roads connecting the different settlements that Snoddius has control over, instead of taking hours or days to travel along the river, up and down river, you could be there in a matter of minutes driving the truck. You haven't if there's a way to turn Snotfire into fuel that works in an internal combustion engine, you have not. Nobody's figured out how to do that yet. Got a lot of people. We got 31 people in chat now. Goodness. All right, hold on. We got a lot of people saying a lot of different things. Let's do first things first, and then I'm gonna try to break things down as we are going on. We're gonna start with Mega Humiopolis. Snoddius has woken up. He is up and about and doing things. And yeah, I guess the question of what do you guys want to do about the roads? There's the upsides of the roads is very fast transport, and you can haul the boys this way and that. The downside is it will take a lot of work, and if you want it done in a way that doesn't take a really long time, you're going to have to dedicate most of your boys to building roads. I'm not keeping track of how many snots have spawned anymore. You guys are getting lots of snotlings, and then when it gets to be time for grots to pop up, which will be in like another week, you're going to get more in Mega Humiopolis. At this point, you're getting a fair amount of snotlings. Like, there are a lot of snotlings in Mega Humiopolis, but you only have Defurious and Debrain and Snoddius in Mega Humiopolis at the moment. Building a bridge over the river as we wake up. Okay, so Pal Marzek has put forth that I'm going to say Defurious is the one who's kind of spearheading the effort to build the roads. Like, that's what he really wants to do. He wants to get roads so he can drive. So he's all about doing that. And Debrain is currently locked in his workshop. And he only comes out briefly as you guys are kind of going through the loot and unloading the truck. He wants the harvester. Give me the harvester. I wish to make something. And he's being a little dodgy about what exactly he wants to do. All right, so yeah, snots are there. You guys have a lot of snots, and right now the snotlings under Defurious he's kind of set aside his work on fixing the tractor. Now that you guys have 2 trucks, fixing the last tractor is put on the back burner to try to get roads. Give it to him. All right, Debrain has the harvester. Bringing fertilizer to Snoddius is a good idea. Maybe you can hear, at the moment, good old Carl is unconscious. Norman? I'm No Man. I'm not Norman. No Man, do they call me? Cool. I'm just making sure I'm not missing. Got a lot of people in chat. I'm going to try to keep up with what you guys are saying, but I also got to run the game, so I will try. Carl Beefcake Folk. That's okay. It's probably auto correcting for you as well. For what can you use the fertilizer? Fertilizer can be used to make explosives. Fertilizer can also be used to fertilize. So you guys could use the fertilizer to make high-powered explosives, or you can use it to literally fertilize the fields and get an even faster growing population. Oh, why do they call me No Man? That's because my mother and father call me it, as well as all of my comrades. You want to fertilize. Some people are saying both. Some people are saying fertilize. Some people are, got two for half and half. Fertilize. I don't think anyone's saying just use it for explosives. I think most people are saying fertilize the fields. Okay. All right. So Mega Humiopolis is now very fertilized. Like I said, they're going to be getting just a ton of snotlings. They're going to be all over the place. And once they start getting grots, that's going to be a fair amount. Oh, okay. We got Mr. Flay. Mr. Flay has made the decision. Half for fertilization, half for the boom. And that's what it's going to be. Okay, that works. Thank you for your donation, Mr. Flay. And all right, so that's that. We have a start. Do you guys want to? We have now. Here's the situation with the Humies. It's probably going to be a little while before they can react to the truck disappearing, but you guys might be looking at an attack soon. Probably within a couple days. Where do you guys want to go and take a look at what's going on in the rest of Snotopia? And where do we want to go from here? We got Big Cave. We got Snotantium or Byzantium. And we have Snotantinople. And we have, is it called Big Tree? I can't remember what, I'm blanking on the name of what, I don't have it written down in my recent notes. I'd have to go search for it. I think it's Big Tree, isn't it? Go check, see if let's go to the capital. It's not Constantinople. All right, sounds good. We're going to go to Constantinople. It's going to take a little while because you guys are going against the flow. Where's my? I'm looking at the wrong. Oh, there it is. I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, so let's do. We get to roll dice now. And guess what we get to roll for first? We get to roll for how many orcs. Oh, we're going to Big Cave first. Miles O'Halloran says we're going to Big Cave. All right, going to Big Cave first. The Wolf Tree. That was it. The Wolf Tree. That was it. I remember they were like the Tree Dogs was what they were called, and I was like, I couldn't remember what Wolf Tree. Got it. I was just blanking on it. Yes, Wolf Tree. But right now we're going to Big Cave. And in Big Cave, we have we have 3 grots that I'm going to do 1d3, so that's a 5. I'm going to do 3 grots have popped up in at Big Cave. Let me see. And one of the pre-named grots is going to be Wile E. Coyote. Oh no, this is the next ones are named after the 7 dwarves, but I still need to name a grot Wile E. Coyote at some point. All right, so I got 3 of them. I'm going with Dopey, Grumpy, and we already have Snore Sleep, but we will get a Sleepy eventually. Let's Dopey, Grumpy. Let's go Doc. Let's get another Doc. Dopey, Grumpy, and Doc, since we have the. We're going to start there. Working on motorized boats. Well, if you guys get a road built, you won't need the motorized boats, but that's going to have to be something. What about upcoming orcs? When you guys get to Snot-Tantinople, I will roll for orcs. All right. So in Big Cave, I do have some stuff that's already planned. The other thing we're doing is we're going to roll for new minerals. Currently, we have found iron. I'm going to roll again and see what we find. If we roll like a 20, we're going to get like some weird, obscure, crazy 40k metal or something. Okay, that's a 3. That's a 3. Nothing new, but you guys they basically have just been mining out the iron and getting it smelted down. Dexter, Mandark, and DD. I will see. This is what happens when I start getting stuff backed up. Is I've already committed other donations for naming, because I already have one in for the 7 dwarves. We'll keep working that into Big Cave. Dexter. I'm going to make Dexter, Mandark, and DD the grots that popped up in Snot-Tantinople. So give me a second. So let's not try to outbid each other and overlap our donations, because I then I have to make hard decisions about like who gets what. I would also try to limit your stuff. Like don't try to name a whole bunch of characters with the donation. Like I would say try to limit your donation to naming a character. But give me 1 second. I don't want to put prices on how like each time you do it, it costs XY thing. But it's just I mostly want everyone to have a chance to name stuff is more the issue. So Big Cave. No, we want that in Snot-Tantinople. I'm trying to get to Snot-Tantinople. So Snot-Tantinople is going to get Wile E. Coyote. I'm going to add 4 to Snot-Tantinople. I'm totally not a mess with this. Okay, and then Dexter, DD, and Mandark. Okay, they're gonna show up in Snot-Tantinople once we get there. Anything we wanted to do in Big Cave? Currently, We have Ed, Ed, and Eddie there, along with Dopey, Grumpy, and Doc. What else do you guys want to do at Big Cave? Is Stinky being turned into a kill can? Something's happening to Stinky. Something sure is happening to Stinky. Have Big Cave make deliveries to DeFurious Stone for the road. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna have that's gonna be what Big Cave's doing. They're gonna be shipping rocks now for the road. Okay. Bomb to cave, maybe. They're already mining. Introducing maybe if you made explosives, that could be something that could be given to once the fertilizers turn to explosives, which takes a little bit. Maybe that can be shipped to Big Cave, and then they can start using it like dynamite. There was a Grot who ate a strange mushroom. Yeah. Was it at Big Cave? I thought it was in Snotantinople. Or am I getting two different things mixed up? Ed ate a. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. He's been so as Snodius is looking around Big Cave, Double D is like twitchy and acting a little weirder, and the other greenskins are giving him like a wider berth. Like they're keeping their distance from him. That I remember now. Yes, I remember now. There's a lot going on in this game. I'm going to write that down in here. Yeah, he ate a weird shroom. Okay, so that is. I think this game is going to get really, really big and really, really difficult for me to remember everything that's happened. But whatever, that's fine. Yes, I remember now. So, but however, there was another thing that happened, which is what I'm getting confused with, which is there's supposed to be a mutant Grot that appeared in Snotantinople. That's another thing. All right. So that is that. Big Cave is now quarrying up rocks for the road, and they're shipping them downriver. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna roll something. Give me a more definitive answer than 10. Give me a more definitive answer than 10. Okay, 9. All right. So what they're trying to do, this is sort of the what they're trying to do back in Snotantinople is your squig breeders. This is the issue of getting powered boats. The squig breeders are trying to build paddle squigs, which are basically squigs with like big flat-webbed feet that have big mouths, and they chomp onto the end of the of your boats, and then they will like kick super duper fast and kind of act like biological motors. They're not quite ready yet. They're not. They're currently being modified and bred to be the kind of squig that they want, but they are working on those. Okay, let me put that in at. I gotta see. I have to keep notes on all of this, and then I also like when I look at my notes, I like need notes for my notes of like remember that this thing happened. Squigs in progress. All right, the loading bar is filling up on that. All right, are we going to Snotantinople? Is that definitely the thing that's happening? There's a squig for everything. There's a squig for everything. No, they're not. They're not real. Like they're not real. But like, if you look at the absurd things that of the squigs that do exist, and how many have been made up for different stories, any squig can exist conceivably. All right, to the capital. All right, we're gonna get some orcs. All right, that is a skull. We were getting 1d3 of orcs. We're getting 3 orcs. All right. So we got orcs now. Snottius rolls back up into Snotantinople, and there are actually some fairly young orc boys that are bullying that have been bullying like the grots that have been there. So the grots that were in Snotantinople were as follows. Let's see. We have Tree Climber has his own thing. The Red Gobbo is there. Red Shirt 5, Blue Shirt, Wily Coyote, Dexter, Didi, and Mandark. They're all in Snotantinople, and they've kind of been bullied by the orcs. So let's get some names for the orcs. What do we got for? We need. I kind of Palmarza. Can I go with? What if we made it Orky, Orkier, Orkiest? We could do that, but let's see that. We could go with Orkiest the second. Got a couple Orkiest the seconds. We got one for Orkiest. We can name one Humius. Noogie Boy. All right. Let's go with. We'll go with Orkius, Noogie Boy. All right. Orkius, Noogie Boy, and Humius. Let's do that. Nope, I'm in my wrong list of notes. All right. I am going to I think we ought to go with Orkius 2, because that's what we did with red shirt, and also what we've been doing with, and potentially what we're doing with blue shirt. Um, all right, so Snodius arrives. Let's go ahead and play this out as an actual scene. Snodius arrives in Snotantinople, and he sees Noogie Boy with the Red Gobbo in a headlock, giving him noogies, and like, you little runt, noogie, 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 noogie. Yeah, so the orc, I'm gonna say Noogie Boy has a grot head sewn onto itself that that is kind of just like looking around. Who did he kill? He had to have killed somebody. They're all named. Miles, you got somebody killed. Let's see who we got killed. Because Tom and Jerry are with Tree Climber, I believe. So we got the Red Gobbo, Red Shirt 5, Blue Shirt, and Wily, Coyote, Dexter, Dee, and Mandark. Let me count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm going to say the Red Gobbo didn't die because I have plans for him. But let's take a look. Who's dying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 1 is Red Shirt 5. 2 is Blue Shirt. 3 is Wily Coyote. 4 is Dexter, Dee, and then Mandark. Mandark. Noogie Boy, as soon as Mandark popped up, at some point severed his head and now has a grot head on his shoulder that has been attached like kind of the neck portion of his shoulder. And just as Noogie Boy is like bullying Red Shirt, the Mandark head's just going not Red Shirt. Mandark dead, but he exists as a laughing head on Noogie Boy's shoulder. Hey, Red Shirt, all of the previous Red Shirts died by chance. All of the previous Red Shirts died by chance. All right. So, Mandark's not dead. He's just a head. He's just a head on the shoulder of an orc. Yeah, Red Shirt 4 lasted a while. Oh, no, Red Shirt 4 died hilariously quickly. All right, so Snodius rolls up, and Orkius 2 kind of stands with the other 2 orcs, and he's like, "Hey, you Snodius, ain't ya? Well, I don't think you so tough." And you kind of like, and Snodius kind of strides up and is about half a head taller than Orkius 2. What do you guys want to do? Punch him? Headbutt? We got 2 for punch him. Smack him, punch him. I think headbutt. 3 headbutts. 4 headbutts. All right, headbutt it is. Snodius just, all right, headbutt it is. That was cocked. Hold on. Let me get that. Yeah. So Snodius like goes to headbutt, and Orcus. This isn't like a like life and death fight. This is like a shoving each other around fight, and Snodius like headbutts Orcus right in the face, and Orcus kind of like nods and approval, like he's like, all right, how about you get one of these? And then he's gonna try to headbutt you back. Oh, and he cracks. That is a 20. He headbutts Snodius like right in the face on the bridge of his nose, and breaks his nose. So Snodius's nose is like flopped over on the other side of his face. And the other orcs of Humius and Noogie Boy are like, yeah. All right. What do you guys want to do next? We got headbutt him harder. We got pocket sand. Fix nose. Give another headbutt. That's not a bad idea. Choke slam. Headbutt harder. All right. So I'm gonna go with Snodius. Like takes his nose, just snaps it. Like blood is like pouring down from his nose. He just cracks it and cracks it back into place. He walks back up to Orcus and headbutts him again. So that time he goes up to Orcus and just bam, and like Orcus actually like stumbles back a little bit, and the headbutt contest is on. Okay, Snotty says, "Run!" The orc says, "I'm not going." Sorry, I'm doing the wrong voice. Snodius says, "Run!" And the orc says, "I'm not going nowhere." And he's going to try to headbutt Snodius back. He headbutts Snodius one more time, and like this time, like the blood like spray. It's because it's like running at this point, and it's starting to pool in Snodius's face. So when he headbutts him again, it like spatters. So there's like a big spatter of blood on Snodius's face. Is this continuing to be a headbutt competition, or are you guys going to do something else? Fists. Stab Orky's eyes out with your nose. Your nose is broken. Punch him. We got 2 for punches. Headbutts. Crotch punch. More headbutts. I think people are headbutt. Headbutting. More headbutting. Snodius gives another headbutt. Actually, yeah, gives another headbutt, and like the orc seems to weather it. The orc's skull seems to be a little tougher than the weird mutant's grot skull, like the snotling, grotling, orkling skull that Snodius has. Orcus is going to headbutt him back again. This time, Snodius holds firm. He doesn't he tilts his head forward, and the orc catches his forehead against Snodius's forehead, and it kind of like bounces off again. So that one was a so that one was a bit of a tie. Neither one of them like broke through, and the orcs are tough. More headbutting. This is going to be really funny for me to write the description when I write the story of this part. Again, till we win. People seem to be saying more headbutting. I'm going to give you guys a chance, because Snodius is bigger, I'm going to give you guys a chance to make one of his rolls at advantage. Do you guys want to make this roll at advantage? Go with advantage? Okay. So this one is at advantage. That's a 14, so he will hit. Okay, so that gets so Snodius goes forward and he headbutts Orkius, and this time the bridge of Orkius doesn't really have a nose because the orcs have very flat noses, but a gash appears over Orkius's eyebrow, his eyebrow, he's got where his big thick heavyset brow. There's a cut there. Oh, and of course, up in the sky, we have Gork and Mork giving their commentary. Here we go again, another orc with a new boy to prove who's the best. Oh, I'm going to go get some popcorn. Let's see, I've played through fighting games, and so Lorenzo says, I've played through enough fighting games to know where this is going. If the orc remains positive on block, then Snodius needs to hit him with a down heavy. All right, so Orc is going to headbutt Snodius back. Oh boy, it's not critical, but Snodius gets knocked, and he's feeling kind of dizzy at this point. If he gets headbutted one more time, he might lose consciousness. Are we sweeping the legs? Are we trying to do something else? Okay, next attack he does is going to try to break one of the orc's tusks. All right, so the next attack, because Miles did a donation, will be at advantage. And I'm going to have Snodius go ahead and punch. I think punch. People are saying, I think punch is the most common one. All right. So Snodius is going to try to punch him right in the face, and he's going to do so with advantage. That's an 18. 19. Okay, that's two really good rolls. Snodius hauls off and just punches, gets tired of hitting his head and just punches Orkius in the face. Orkius loses a tooth, loses one of his tusks, which falls to the ground, and I'm going to roll something else. Humius and Noogie Boy try to dive for it, but the red Gobbo manages to grab the tooth, and he's like, I'm gonna go redistribute this. So Orkius does tumble backwards, and it is he wasn't seriously trying to compete for War Boss, but he wasn't gonna go down without a fight. You are bigger than he is, and that is obvious. So, all right. So basically, the other orcs fall into line. You now have 3 orcs. You can distribute them amongst the different places. They don't have a whole lot of gear. I mean, they have some. You guys are making things. They have choppas available, but if you wanted really nice stuff, maybe they need to go to Mega Humiopolis. You can keep them here in. Okay, all right, Dr. Steelworth. So as you're kind of standing over Orcus. He's kind of like woozy as he's like getting back to his feet, and Snottius just takes the butt of his zappy chain chopper and just bonks him on the head one more time, sending him like knocking him unconscious, just being like, just to make sure you remember. And then like let's go with Red Shirt 5 says, I don't know if you hit him in the head that makes him remember better, boss. Shut it. Sorry, that's wrong voice. Shut it, or I'll make you remember too. Yeah, Orcus 2. It is Orcus 2. I'm just saying Orcus. It is the second one, so Orcus 2. All right, so other things that have happened now that you're back and you've asserted control over Snotantinople. This is in payment back for previously rendered donations. There are now helmet squigs, which are basically like turtle squigs. They have like a shell, and depending on how big they grow, they fit different sized heads. So you guys now have like squigs that can be used to make helmets, of which the new orcs have made use of. They have like skull buckets on right now. You want to give them? Do we want to give them the old axes we have? Because you guys have the new chain chopper. Do you want to give them the old choppers? Yeah, Squig's got to die for the helmet. All right, you make sure that the boys are armed. Like they're gonna have shooters and choppers. You still have enough from Mega Humiopolis, and you can give them out. They're probably gonna be armed with shotguns, which would be more because orcs aim less than grots do. So giving them las guns is not going to be as useful. Give them the shotguns, and they will have choppers as well. All right, Powell Marzek. We are chopping a road through the forest and the Humi settlements to the west. So when we attack it with trucks, the orcs are doing heavy lifting for tree removal. All right, so you're gonna have them working on the road. That is what they're going to be doing. Okay, let me see if there's anything else going on in Snotantinople. Oh, I didn't roll for. You know what I didn't do for Snotantinople? I didn't roll for grots. No, I already did grots. I already did the grots that are at Snotantinople because that was DD, Mandark, and them. If only you could have. I think I still have it saved. Here, you want the Discord server? That's the Discord server. Go ahead and check out our Discord server. And also, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Every little bit helps. It actually does. I do appreciate that people like what I'm doing here. Okay, so the other two places we have to go check out is we have Snotantium or Byzantium, and we also have Wolf Tree to go to. DD Dexter, Byzantium. All right. So Byzantium, they're getting their first crop of grots, of actual grots, hanging out in Byzantium. Or do you? What do we got? We got Byzantium. We want to go to Byzantium first or Wolf Tree first? There's not a whole lot happening in Wolf Tree. That is the most recently settled area, and they don't even have snotlings coming up yet. Wolftree first. Okay, I think Byzantium gets the vote at the moment, so we'll go check out Byzantium. All right, we got 1d3 grots popping up. You guys have been rolling really well so far. Let's see if that continues. Oh, unfortunately, we only have one new grot growing in Byzantium. All right, can we get a name for Byzantium? A name for the grot. Because right now, it's just Snotbow's the only... He was a Snotling that evolved into a Grotling. And it's Punch and Bag Steve and Two Heads are the only named guys. Oh, no, he has Slade and Slash. He has two more grots. He has Slade and Slash. So we have one more grot that's there. All right, what do we got? Slade and Slash is what they were called. Yep. They were just listed in a slightly different place in my notes. Saruman, Pupa, Predagrot, Booze, Shade, Shank. Yeah, Shade and Shank are there. Can the next orc pop-up be a Pain Boy? All right, that will be... I'm going to put that in a thing. The next time an orc pops up, it will be a Pain Boy. I need to write that down on my lists of things, my endless list of things. Let's Mega Heliopolis. That's the wrong place. All right, Snotantinople. Sorry. I'm going to put that in parentheses. Next orc is a dock. All right, we got Tarzan, George. All right, see you, Edwin. So long. Grotbow. Lilby, Grotbow. We got two for Grotbow. Expendigrot. Grotbow? That's what we got so far. Groticus. We have an Orceus, we have a Snotius. Do we want a Gratius? I think we got three for Grotbow. All right, I think we're going with Yep, we're going with Grotbow. So let me get that up here. Grots and Snots and Snots. And Grotbow. All right, sounds good. All right, so when Snotius arrives in Byzantium, yeah. Oh, there's my note of Ed ate a weird. Yeah, it is double D. Ed double D ate a weird mushroom and is becoming a weird boy. Yep, I have that written down. I just now found that note. We have, so when Snotius arrives in Byzantium, Snotbow comes up to him. Rat Squigs singing under the Humy homes. Rats, rats, we're rats. We pray at night. We stalk at night. We're the rats. Sure. Rose Spark, you're just trying to get Skaven everywhere. But you you paid for rat squigs, so there are rat squigs, and they are in fact singing exactly that, but it's in the language of rat squigs, which is. And rat squigs basically, so those are at Mega Humiopolis. They have been growing and replacing the rats that lived there normally. So they're basically like rats in that they make nests and they burrow in things. They just have bigger teeth and are more aggressive to non-orcoids. And yeah, that's about it. And they don't have any fur. Unless it's a hair squig. Generally, squigs don't have hair. And orcoids don't have hair. All right. So, Snotbo, as you arrive in Byzantium, Snotbo comes up to Snodius and says, "Hey, boss, I just wanted to tell you that I've been doing some exploring. I've been sneaking about up north through the dark woods. And let me tell you, I've seen some weird stuff. You go farther north, and it's just more and more dark woods. Big, weird, dangerous, dangerous sort of squigs. Orcs basically refer to like all animals as squigs. All kinds of weird squigs. And then the dark woods starts getting more like dead. More of the trees is dead. More of the trees start looking really weird and they're twisted, and the leaves don't look right. They ain't proper green. And as I was going, I started seeing that the other squigs, the Humi squigs, that is already on this planet, they is also looking really weird. Some of them is looking like they got too many heads. Some got too many legs. Some ain't got enough fingers or toes. And some got way, way too many eyes. Now I just got back. It might be why we ain't had so much in the way of new snots and grots. But I've been training the boys. All right, so you know that something's going on in the north. Well, Timmy is asking if this is a death world. Consider the way our world is, that some places are incredibly inhospitable, like deserts, or some places are very dangerous or have lots of different diseases, like certain parts uh, of Africa have a lot of different types of diseases that are very prevalent. You know, you have Ebola and malaria and all different kinds of things people need to worry about. Places that are a lot harsher. You know, you can't live on Antarctica unless you live in a science lab. There's a lot of places you might consider like a death world. And then there's other places that are pretty comfortable. And that's kind of what it is here. It's just, not all, the whole thing is not all one biome. All right. Tell Snotbo to scout out the larger Humi town. All right. So basically, Snodius comes up to Snotbo and says, "I don't care about what's going on up north. There ain't no gubbins, there ain't no Humies to fight. Maybe we go up there and fight the weird stuff later. But right now, I need you to go check out the Yumi town. I want you to tell me how many boys there is. I want you to tell me what's going on over there." And Snodius gives him like a map and a rough idea of where the the Hume town is. Okay, so that's that. The only place we have, I think we've gone to every place then except for Wolf Tree. We haven't gone to Wolf Tree. So you guys ready to go to Wolf Tree? Snotbow is going to be heading off with his boys to go scout out stuff. You can send a handful of Snots to the dead trees. Yeah, Wolf Tree doesn't have much going on. They've just started. You can stop by Wolf Tree on your way back because it's kind of in between Mega Humeopolis and the other settlements. Do you guys want to go? All right, so people are saying send Snots. You do have the trained. You have Punch and Bag Steve and Two Heads. Do you want to go send them north? Because they're the trained commando Snots. Excuse me, I'm sorry. If you send unnamed Snots, they're going to get killed. All right, so you want to send with somebody saying with a grot. I think people are saying just those three. Someone's suggesting with, and Paul Marzek is suggesting with a grot. We do have a couple grots. We have what is it? What are their names? Slade and Shade and Slash, and we have Grotbow. Do you want to send one of those guys too, or just Punch and Bag Steve and Two Heads? Send Shade. Well, Nookie Boy wasn't necessarily with you. They went the. All right, I will say at some point, Noogie Boy, double Noogies, Two Heads. I'll say Noogie Boy is just following around Snotties for now, while the other two are going and helping to clear the road. Noogie Boy just wants to see everything for some reason. All right, Noogie Boy just takes Two Heads. He's like, "Oh, come here, you! Two Heads, twice the Noogies!" And he is nugging him into his arm, and then suddenly he looks down and Two Heads just isn't there anymore. He just stealthed out of the. All right, I'm gonna say Shade. I'm gonna say Shade. Shade and the three Snotlings are going to go. I'm gonna write that down as a note. Let me go to Slash and Shade is going to explore north with trying to get the names of everybody. Punch and Bag Steve and Two Heads. And Punch and Bag Steve and Two Heads have been around for a while. They're almost grot-sized at this point. Yeah, I might do a little side story at some point where I'm covering that. All right, let's go. What did you get? What did you guys want to do at Wolf Tree? Because basically, what's going to happen is they're going to finish construction of their like tree fort, but they haven't. They wouldn't have sprouted anything yet. It's going to be a couple more days before snotlings start sprouting up. Basically, Snotbow and Tree Climber are about as big as they can get without fighting an orc. If you guys ever want any of your grots to fight an orc to try to size up, you can. But otherwise, they're going to stay essentially a large grot. Will flipping wagons or caravans be included? I don't know how many wagons and caravans there are, given that you guys are on a civilized planet that has cars. Can we get an orc named Desheft when the next boys come up? All right, I will put that down in the list of names. Well, the next orc is Adak. I guess it might be the next orc after him is Deshef, or do you want the doc to be named Deshef? That seems like probably different. Probably going to be an orc after that. Yeah, the Big Chef. Yeah, because we did have the Chef was that does sound like a familiar name. The Big Chef. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Big Chef, just to differentiate. Otherwise, he's the Chef too. Tree climber needs climbing squigs. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Tree climber needs climbing squigs. Let's see if I'm going to roll randomly to see if climbing squigs have been developed in Snotantinople. That's a no. No, no. Not yet. Essentially, we have not assigned the name for the future Pain Boy. All right, I'm going to say you guys are arriving at Wolf Tree, and this has been like over all of these travels have been kind of over the course of an entire day. As you've been stopping by different places and giving orders and making people do things. But you arrive at Wolf Tree, and the basic fort has been made. You see that all of the surviving snotlings are a little bit bigger, and they're all kind of wearing bits of wolf pelt as they're learning to like climb around and swing on vines. And Tree Climber basically gets to climb trees pretty often. Oh, totally not Trays in the Infinite. What have you missed? A lot. Well, we've mostly been managing the Empire of Snotopia. All right, so we've been going on for a while, and this was essentially to set up what's going to happen. Not that much is happening in Wolf Tree. Like, no snotlings are there. It's just Tom, Jerry, and Tree Climber, and their various snotlings. Dr. Crumplestein. All right, that's what it is. Thank you for the donation. I will list that. Dr. Crumplestein. Excuse me. Now, Brain is not out of the workshop. He's been in there all day as far as Dr. Crumplestein or Crumplestein. Crumplestein. You guys aren't in Mega Humiopolis yet. All right, so here's the big question, which is the Humies are probably going to attack Mega Humiopolis, or something's going to show up there pretty soon. As much as you have a bunch of things that are going on, who are you taking? Who else is going up to Mega Humiopolis to defend against the Humie attack? You want to send all the orcs? Bring everyone. You guys can't bring everyone and still have them doing all this work of building roads and smithing things and exploring the north. You got one saying the orcs red and blue shirt and the red gobbo. So definitely all the orcs. That seems to be what people want. I think that makes sense. The orcs can go up to Mega Humiopolis because they can also help, because there are snots and grots in Mega Humiopolis that are clearing roads. So the orcs could be up by Mega Humiopolis and helping to build that road and clear. Okay. All right. So let's go with orcs are going. Right now, the only people you have there are you have DeBrain, who is in the workshop. You have Stinky, who's really out of commission at the moment, and you have DeFurious, and that's it. That's all the people that are at. And then you have the Snotlings. All right. People saying so. Let's go with orcs. Double D. Go with Ed. We'll get. Yeah, the bridge is happening. I got that. The bridge is like the first thing that has to be built because Mega Humiopolis is on the water, or it's close to the water. Tree Climber and the Tree Climber and the Tree Wolves, or Tree Dogs. Tree Dogs, and that's Tom and Jerry. Who else? Let's go ahead and bring Red Shirt and Blue Shirt are currently the Smithies. Did you want to? You can take a bunch of Snotlings. Snotlings aren't very useful. Bring all the orcs. We are bringing the orcs. All of the orcs are coming. We got Double D. We got Tree Climber. We can go Ed, and Eddie, but then nobody's quarrying stones that you need for building the bridge. 40 Snotlings. I'll take 40 Snotlings. You guys have plenty of. Okay. Yeah, it's important for you to not get shot. 40 snotlings, plus you already have like you have like 34 snotlings that are there at the moment. So yeah, Byrna's still at Mega Humiopolis. And it has fuel now. We got orcs, we got Double D, we got Tree Climber and the Tree Dogs. Got a suggestion for Red Shirt, Blue Shirt, and the Red Gobbo. Red Gobbo is currently your squig breeder. If he's in Mega Humiopolis, he's not making new kinds of squigs. And if you don't have your two smithies making stuff, then you don't have them making stuff. Let's get settled on who's is there anybody else that we want? So we got 40 snots, we got all of the orcs, we have Double D, who's starting to turn a little weird, which makes sense because if he's acting weird, maybe you don't want him in a mine. We have the Tree Climber and Tom and Jerry. Do you guys want to bring the snots the grots that just popped up? Because we have Wile E. Coyote, Dexter, Dee Dee. We have Wile E. Coyote, Dexter, and Dee Dee. We could bring them. They just popped up. They don't have a job. The new grots. Yeah, sure. Let's. So if you want to picture yourself, you can imagine like just play. I'll make an orc out of you in your heads, and you'll see the camera like sweeps over to um, Shade and Steve, Two Heads, and Punching Bag as they are like picking their way through the forest. And then it cuts over to Mega Humiopolis, where all the snots and everyone is working on building the bridge to get across the stream to start driving the trucks. You see like sparks shooting out as DeBrain leans over something and is like working with a blowtorch on something. And you see Snottius like paddling down the river with the paddle squigs latched on behind as they are churning their way downstream towards Mega Humiopolis, and he's bringing with him the different grots. All right, so I'm going to bring Dee Dee, Dexter, and Wile E. Coyote as well. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grots. We have 3 orcs and we have Snottius, and then we have 40 snotlings, and that'll be joining the roughly 40 snotlings that are already there, as well as DeBrain and DeFurious. Okay. So that's what we got going on there. Did I do... Oh, did you guys want to pull out... We also had... did you guys also want to nab... one second. We have the guys from Big Cave. Did you want to get Dopey, Grumpy, and Doc? Grab the dwarves too. Got yes. Got 2 for yes. Grab the dwarves 2. Got 2 for yes. Got 1 for no. We're going to settle on our numbers, and then that'll set us up for next time. Are they needed for mining? You'll mine more stuff with them. Like your rolls will get better if you have more people mining. But you have a lot of snotlings, and you have grots there to get more mining. 3 for grab the dwarves. Got 2 for no, but I got 3 for yes. No, I got 2 for no, 3 for yes. Dock as reserve. Yeah, you guys can. I mean, you can give grots squigs to ride. Okay, we got an equal number of yeses and nos at this point. Yeah, you guys have squigs. They're available. Squigs are almost like grots at this point. They're ubiquitous. You guys are gonna have to break the tie on bring the dwarves or not. Need the resources in the mine. Especially with you guys trying to build a road, it is fairly important. No Beyblades. No Beyblades, no Baneblades. Okay, that's gonna be a no. So you guys are heading out. You guys are heading out with 3 orcs, and orcs are way tougher than Snottius is like orcs are only going to be a little bit less tough than Snottius. You have a potential weird boy, a grot weird boy, Tree Climber, and Tom and Jerry, 40 Snots, Wily Coyote, Dexter, and Dee Dee. So you guys have an appreciable size of stuff. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and stop there because that's going to be where you guys are going to start. I think the next. Let's go ahead and plan our defenses. Let's go ahead and plan defenses for this as well, and then the next one will be whatever is coming to come get you. Yeah, everyone can get iron gear at this point. You guys have enough. You can't give like iron gear to all of the snotlings, but you can give it to like the grots and orcs that you have. So do we want to plan? Let's go ahead and plan trenches around Wolf Tree in case we need to fall back. Yeah, you guys have iron. You found it in the. You've been mining it for a little while now and have been smelting it out. Rip and tear until they're all dead. Do we want to do pit traps for trucks? Because that is the only way they're getting to you is through the road. So you can either build your defense around Mega Humiopolis, or you can try to ambush them along the road like you did with the previous truck. pit traps. I think. Okay, so you guys are preparing for pit traps. I'm gonna write this down. Okay, plans for Mega Humiopolis. All right. All right, so that you guys now have a bunch of stuff coming on. Digging pits in road for ambush. Pit traps and treetop traps. You're going to have to be specific about what you want from a tree top trap. Do you want something to fall on them? Senan Arandia is suggesting rope traps that kind of a la the Phantom of the Opera. You're going to noose them. Get them fighting and then ambush them. So fight them, maybe retreat and then get them ambush. Lots of traps. You got to be more specific than lots of traps of all kinds. We have you can basically make any of your grots squig hoppers. You guys have enough squigs to make all of your grots that you have squig hoppers. All right. Spiky pit traps. All right. Falls, snatches, slingshots, ammo caches, bladed rope traps. I don't want to. I don't want to do the Ewok traps. Spoiler alert: a big tree hitting a tank, unless it is a really, really, really big tree, is not going to do anything to the tank. Snare traps. All right, let's put. I'll jot down some things that I like under. So I'm just going to put. I will check. I'm going to do a variety of traps. Snares, spike pits, traps. I was saying tanks because the Ewok traps are used against the ATSTs, and it's like if those are, I mean, I guess you can knock them over, but they shouldn't be able to like crush them if they're like any kind of decent armor. Fire. Let's maybe some fire. Get some fire involved in that. They'd be snake squig traps. I'm gonna say just a vicious squig traps. Block the road with trees. I'm gonna take these ideas and kind of combobulate them into a coherent plan. Making use of snot fire. I'm just jotting down everything, and I will basically take this and make it into a coherent plan. I'm basically treating you guys like you are all of the snots and grots around Snotius yelling ideas, and he's gonna. Oh, we got caltrops as well. Ropes and wires on ground. Yeah, we got impede the roads with log piles. Yeah, if you create obstacles, any vehicles that they're bringing, which is almost certain they're going to they kind of have to show up in some kind of vehicle. Oh, there is a snotling eating a pickle, a pickled something, a pickled mushroom, I guess. We need more of these. Snotius like snatches the pickle out of his hand. Stop eating and think clearly. We talk about important things. Do orcs poo? Yes, they do. Orc poo is they call it the squig drops, and squigs grow in those. We'll wrap this up pretty soon. I think. Do you guys want to use the fertilizer bombs? I'm gonna put that down. I'm just gonna put it down myself because it's a thing that you guys have. Poo traps. I got poo traps down. Okay. I think we got a fair amount of plans and ideas. So I think I'm going to wrap this up here. We've been going for a little while. It's past the hour and a half mark. Did you guys have fun? Snots in the trees, that's not a bad idea. I'm not guaranteeing any of these, but I will, in the anarchic manner of greenskins, someone's going to try to do this. All right. Cool. Appreciate you guys hanging out and spending your Friday afternoon with me. I think we're gonna do. Oh, Chaos is feeling sick. All right, cool. I'm glad you had some time to. Snots and grots up in the trees. I got that. I got snots and grots up in the trees. All right. Thank you all for hanging out with me. For those of you that are new or don't know where the I got to go get the thing again. I'm going to post our Discord server link for you guys, so you can come check us out. Do 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 do. It's a copyrighted song, but if I'm humming it, I don't think anybody cares. All right, Discord. Okay, so thank you all very much for hanging out with me. Thanks for playing. I will see you guys next week. I got to figure out what I'm doing then. Wish you all the best of luck, and No Man out.